Right. Hello, class. Just wanted to jump on here and go over the journal review assignment for week 6. I've had a few questions about it, and just kind of wanted to address it to everyone in case anyone else had any questions before you complete and submit the assignment due at the end of the week. So the journal review, this is something just like last week where you'll need to copy and paste all of this information into a Word document and then submit it. So a journal, for those who are not familiar with what a journal is just a publicized kind of like booklet or a magazine, a professional magazine of various articles and studies that are being conducted within the field. And these journals, it's important, they are scientific and professional, and they are comprised of various studies that are being conducted throughout that term. So our instructions here has different examples that you can look at within to kind of get you started. I personally have the Medicine and Science in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise. This is a journal that is produced by the American College of Sports Medicine, which is my credentialing governing body. And so I get their physical copies, and I have one of their examples if you are like me and you're a visual learner. So this is kind of like what one of the journals look like. So they're not a textbook. It's not going to be really thick, really heavy. It kind of looks like a magazine, but it's not. But you can think of it like a book. So the journal name is the Medicine and Science in Sports Exercise. So when you're filling out question 1 in your assignment, if this is something you'd like to use, journal name is this, Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise. And then topics are going to be what is this specific journal, what do they talk about in their overall, what is their topics that they talk about within their journals. And then you'll do a second journal, so a different one. So if you want to do any journal of athletic training, if you want to do the American College of Sports Medicine Health and Fitness Journal, and I'll show you a few others as well that I really love. So you can create a second journal, or not create, sorry, you can pull from a second journal and then go over their topics. So are the topics health and fitness? Are they cardiac related? Are they neuromuscular disorders? Are they overall fitness towards young adults? Are the topics on applied science, theoretical science? What are the topics that they like to cover within their journals? And then the target audience. So who is this journal meant to be sent to? So for this is for people within the sports and medicine world. So those can be physical therapists, athletic trainers, exercise physiologists. They can be health coaches. So who are the target audiences? There are also specific journals that are for specific audience population. So for example, we have the American Heart Association, so they are going to be targeting our cardiologists and those within the cardiac world. So who is the target audience for your journal that you're talking about? So for journal 1, the one that you pre-selected what's the target audience? And then journal 2, what you pre-selected, what's the target audience? Are the journals in general, do they mainly focus on applied science or theoretical science? So for question 3. So applied science are articles and studies that use the scientific method. So they are going to be doing research, whether it's like experimenting, testing, observing, and then providing the results. This is what we have. This is what we saw. We tested this and we got this. Theoretical is kind of what it sounds like, based on theory. So for example, you can say like some studies are showing we saw X, Y, and Z in this population. So we can infer the same or similar results in this population because of this. So there was no study or experimental, no observation directly performed, but they're pulling information from other studies and then they're theorizing what could happen based off their based off what's already presented in society, based off their current knowledge. This is seen a lot with physics and with chemistries, with those type of sciences. Not so much with our sports medicines and medical sometimes, but not a ton. There are some. And now current titles of articles. So the articles are kind of like the if you consider this a book, which is not, but if you consider this a book, the articles are like the chapters. So if you go in, I will be able to read various different types of articles within it. And so the article name is always going to be listed at the very top. So when you are looking what articles are being publicized in the journals, you're looking for the title. So write the title right there. So for example, this is a good one. This one would be at the very top. Every move counts to improve bone health at clinical sites in young pediatric cancer survivors, the iBone Fit project. So that would be the title. It's a long one, but that's the title of the journal. And then your next question is this article a primary source or a review article? So a primary source is where the researchers or the authors of that article directly perform some type of research, experimenting, testing, observation, and these are their findings, their direct sources. A review article, this is sometimes seen in meta-analysis and systematic reviews. So it's an article that is published where someone or a group of people have gathered all the topic or all the articles of a certain topic within a certain period, and then they kind of, I don't want to say combine, but they show the results of where we're currently standing in the field on this topic. So they show 9 out of 10 studies showed this, 20 out of 30 showed this, and they talk about what is the current practices, what is currently working, what are we seeing based off the studies, what can we say going forward. And typically in the title of the topics, you'll see that it says review or systematic review or meta-analysis. That's in the title most of the time. And so that's going to be a big indicator that it's a review article and not a primary source. So when you're doing these, you're going to find 2 articles from each journal that you pre-selected. So when you're going through your research to find the journals, find the topics, the articles, all that fun things, the first thing, if you are right here on our on the homepage or right here at the assignment, if you just look over to the right, you have links for the GMC library. So go ahead and go to the home library. And if you go to, let's see, research assistance, library guides, then scroll all the way down, you'll see research help and doing research. So this will kind of get you started of where to go or what to do. So I like have fun with this or fun, try to be creative and look up topics that are interesting to you and then go from there to see what journals are talking about those specific areas and then what the articles, what are the research what is being said. So if you scroll down on this page, if you can go to important databases, this is all your databases to help look for like journals and news articles or journals and research articles. So be careful. Some of these are books, so textbooks, those are not considered a journal because journals are just like a short volume of like what is for this current time. Sometimes journals they produce a new volume like 3 to 4 times a year, sometimes monthly, depends on the organization and the whoever's producing them, whether it's a university or an actual organization like the American College of Sports Medicine. So an ebook is not a journal, so be careful of that. So I really like the academic search complete. This very first one, it has been very helpful. And addition to using that, you can use Google Scholar if you'd like to. Just type Google Scholar and you can find different topics. So cardiomyopathy in young adults. So, and then we can find different topics here. So you can also customize it to be since 2020 if you wanted someone recent. You can customize it based off, if it's like a review or things of that nature. So you can click on any article. And this article specifically, so the title is Sudden Death in Young Athletes, Practical Challenges and Diagnostic Dilemmas. And the journal is the Journal of American College of Cardiology. So that's the journal name. This is the article name. And so from there, you can read and see, what is this a primary source? Is this primary? Is this theoretical? Is this applied? What type of article is this? And to be able to answer the questions. So you can have fun with it. Other journals that I also really love is you can Google the American Journal of Sports Medicine. When you Google that, go to their homepage, you can see their articles that they're producing. You may not have access to actually read the articles. Sometimes you might if GMC has subscribed or has them within their network, but you can at least click on the information and then go from there to see. You can get an idea. Yeah. The American Heart Association, they produce a journal called Circulation. And then the Journal of American Medical Association, they have they produce a lot of different articles, but JAMA is the name of their journal, and then all their different articles that they publish as well. So have fun with this. See what you go ahead and start researching topics that are interesting to you and kind of start that going forward, because this is something that you'll be doing throughout your college career here at GMC, is relying on research and being able to pull from that data and be able to create your own like solid scientific opinions based off the topics and the research at hand. When you are doing this, remember, it must be a scientific professional journal, not a health and fitness magazine, so not some online magazine. It has to be something that's been reputable within the scientific community. So again, it's either going to be produced, has journals that are produced by a university or by some scientific organization or association. All right. All right, and I think that is everything we need to go over. But if you have any questions or concerns about this, especially if this is something that you are still like new to learning when it comes to research and diving into that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope to hear from y'all soon. Thank you.